Many individuals are experiencing a significant reduction in their purchasing power due to the increasing financial pressures in various areas of their lives. With expenses like housing, energy, gas, groceries, and monthly bills taking up a significant portion of their income, there is little money left for discretionary spending. Some individuals are even saving their money in anticipation of future economic challenges. As a result, even some of the largest companies in the United States are facing declining sales, profits, and weaker earnings. These businesses were already struggling due to the pandemic, supply chain problems, inflation, and rising commodity prices. As we approach the holiday season, companies like McDonald's and Disney are making difficult decisions to cut costs and survive the current economic downturn. In this video, we will discuss 7 of the biggest retailers in America that have recently announced plans to close dozens or even hundreds of locations. Please show your support for our work by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing before we present the list. Let's start. 1. Best Buy, the electronics retailer, has been quietly closing stores over the past few years, shuttering 20 premises in both 2019 and 2020. In early 2021, it announced plans to close even more stores due to supply chain and labor shortages. By November of that year, 60 additional locations had been closed, and over 2,000 employees were laid off. In January 2022, the company announced that it would reduce the length of its lease terms and stop subsidizing many of its brick-and-mortar stores, meaning that a new round of cuts could be abrupt. During an earnings call in the third quarter, the company reported experiencing a significant decline in foot traffic and stated that it would shutter at least 20 more stores by the end of 2022. Many retail experts argue that the company's decision to focus on online sales may lead to its disappearance from the U.S. retail landscape before mid-2024. 2. Disney. A major brand known for its legendary movie production is undergoing a major restructuring plan. The company's stock lost almost 40% of its value this year due to the pandemic and inflationary pressures. As a result, Disney had to shut down over 60 stores in 2021, and even its online business began to falter in the fourth quarter. In 2022, consumers significantly reduced their discretionary spending, which further affected the brand's ability to turn things around. Consequently, Disney's streaming business lost $1.5 billion. Currently, an additional 59 stores are in the process of being shut down in the U.S., bringing the total to 119 closings in 2 years. After the downsizing is completed, only 23 Disney stores will remain in the country. The conglomerate is now focusing on its digital platforms and social media. 3. GameStop. The troubled video game retailer made headlines last year when a group of investing pranksters orchestrated a move to hit hedge funds that were betting on the company's continued demise. However, despite the surge in stock prices, falling revenue and negative sales growth have forced the world's largest gaming retailer to shed hundreds of stores over the last 2 years. In 2021 alone, GameStop closed a total of 1,000 locations. Currently, 557 more stores are conducting clearance sales to go out of business as GameStop switches its focus to online operations. 4. CVS. The drugstore chain has been facing similar challenges as other retailers and is attempting to reduce its physical store footprint. The company has announced plans to close 900 stores, which represents a 10% reduction in its total number of locations. According to Neil Saunders, managing director at Global Data, many of CVS's stores have outdated interiors, messy merchandising, and a weak product assortment. The closures will allow the company to invest in its remaining stores and expand its digital presence. In recent months, CVS has been closing stores in various locations, including Falls Church, Virginia, Fresno, California, and Johnson City, Tennessee. A company spokesperson has stated that the closures will help CVS establish a new retail strategy that is better aligned with evolving customer needs. 5. Bed Bath & Beyond, the home goods retailer, has been struggling with declining sales and has been closing stores in an effort to cut costs. In 2020, the company announced plans to close 200 stores over the next 2 years, and it has already closed dozens of locations. The company has been facing intense competition from online retailers and has been investing heavily in its own e-commerce platform. Bed Bath & Beyond has also been experimenting with new store formats and has launched a membership program to try to attract more customers. Despite these efforts, the company's sales have continued to decline, and it remains to be seen whether it will be able to turn things around in the coming years. 6. Macy's. One of the largest department store chains in the United States has been struggling in recent years due to the rise of online shopping and changing consumer preferences. In 2020, the company announced plans to close 125 stores over the next 3 years, with a goal of reducing its brick-and-mortar footprint and focusing on digital sales. The pandemic accelerated these plans, with Macy's closing an additional 30 stores in 2020 and another 45 stores in 2021. In addition to store closures, Macy's has also been cutting jobs and reducing expenses in an effort to stay afloat. Despite these efforts, the company's sales have continued to decline, and it remains to be seen whether Macy's will be able to adapt to the changing retail landscape and survive in the long term. 7. McDonald's. The world's largest fast food chain has been impacted by the ongoing economic downturn, leading to the closure of low-volume locations across the country. The pandemic has caused McDonald's to incur higher costs to implement new health and safety regulations, and higher food prices have also impacted profits. As a result, the company has decided to close 200 of its outlets and Walmart stores that don't generate much traffic, leaving only 150 in service. While the closure of low-volume locations is a standard practice for many retail chains, the current economic conditions have made it more urgent for McDonald's to reduce its operational costs. The situation is not expected to improve anytime soon, as even some of the world's wealthiest individuals are advising consumers to avoid unnecessary purchases and to save cash to navigate the uncertain economic landscape. As the retail apocalypse continues to unfold, we will monitor the situation and provide updates on any significant developments. Keep tuned with us and feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching.